A woman whose mother died of COVID in a care home has told the Scottish COVID Inquiry that Public Health Scotland urged homes to not divulge information on virus outbreaks.
Gillian Duncan also spoke of how failures in rolling out testing during the early months of the pandemic made her loved ones sitting ducks. Brandon Cook reports.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Duncan.
Good afternoon.
Gillian Duncan's parents had Alzheimer's and lived in the same Edinburgh care home for 2 years. But in March 2020, their facility was locked down as COVID spread around the globe. Despite this, Gillian says no staff were being tested.
It was traumatising. It was traumatising for us and the other families, I'm sure, and for those staff members. And I think I use this phrase, which is horrible really, but I think it says it all. I said I believe our parents were sitting ducks.
In her testimony, Gillian said she and her sister were unable to get a clear picture on how rife COVID was in their parents' care home.
We were told, Public Health have told us not to give information to families, only to let you know if your own family member tests positive. And we were saying, but we need to know how many people have got COVID in the care home. We need to know that. And we don't need to know what individual person or names, but we need to get a picture of what's happening.
Earlier in the day, the inquiry heard of the impact short weekly visits had on Shona Wallace, whose disabled daughter lived in a care home.
The visit came to an end and it was like, well, say goodbye to Mum, and she was led away, and well, I was frankly a wreck.
The inquiry also heard from Margaret Kilpatrick, whose elderly mother was forced to stay in a hospital ward rife with COVID.
If there was to be another pandemic, I think there needs to be greater thinking about not terrifying people, not this knee-jerk reaction of just slamming the gate shut.
This was day 9 of Scotland's COVID inquiry. Tomorrow we'll hear yet more impact statements from those with relatives in care homes throughout Scotland during the pandemic. Brandon Cook, STV News in Edinburgh.